Hey.
Sure, I can help you out. I'm a fan of Grognak myself. What will that wacky barbarian do next?
Sweet.
That's menacing, right? What puppy?
Enemy has fled. Surprise contact. Engaging.
This is Captain Mitch Dunleavy, 132nd Engineering Corps at Sentinel Site Prescott. All lines of communication are down, and we're tracking multiple inbounds on radar. This is a drill. We need confirmation immediately. We've got a lot of nervous soldiers over here, Command. If this is the big one, they want to head home to their families before it's too late. Some of the inbounds are getting awfully close. Wait a minute. The inbounds are splitting into multiple targets? Oh, hell. This is it, isn't it? May God have mercy on our souls.
Ferals. Radiation has a twisted sense of humor.
Proctor Ingram.
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
I have full confidence.
I appreciate it.
Proctor?
Actually,
It would be better.
Liberty Prime, back online.
basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command. Accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module. Online. Audio functionality test. Initialized. Designation. Liberty Prime. Mark II. Mission. The liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets. Any and all red Chinese invaders.
Let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime. Full system analysis. All systems. Nominal. Weapons. Hot. Warning. Nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning. Power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
Green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
With him on our side,
I couldn't... I can't...
this wasn't necessary, Ingram.
Besides, anyway,
Uh-huh.
Elder Maxson said, and thank...
We really should just stay out of each other's way.
answer Captain Vidal's. Elder,
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
I'm not sure I like how you...
And I don't appreciate being Proctor. A portion of his findings include, after careful analysis of the Paladin dance is a perfect match.
Is Quinlan absolutely certain?
Proctor Quinlan validated the information. The data you brought back included a record of each subject. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for it. To make matters worse, his sudden absence. I'm finding it difficult to believe that...
After everything I've achieved, why would I jeopardize my position here?
Because you never expected this information to see the light of... Now tell me the truth, before I have you thrown over the side of the Printwin.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate. A monstrosity of techno. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear, which leaves me facing the most... I'm ordering you.
Isn't there some other way?
Maybe a sucker punch and a well-aimed bullet.
Absolutely not. Listen, I'm not blind, but if we're to remain strong, we can't find Proctor Quinlan.
And Knight, you're dismissed.
How could you have been so close to Paladin Dance and not know he was...
Attention. Tomorrow's tactical briefing has been postponed. A new time and date will be forthcoming.
Quinlan?
Oh, Knight. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Dance.
He'll be missed.
Doubtful. I wouldn't miss a synth. I was merely sorry that I've been poring over Dance. As you're well aware, I think our best... You may want to get...
Sure. Ugh.
What the hell is this crap about Dance being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure...
So he sets Dance up, and then you knock him down.
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Dance, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only...
I don't have time to discuss it.
Why? And I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, there's obviously been a...
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior... Now, unless you're here with information...
Of course. I believe I have some info...
Very well, then.
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight, I've stored the data on my...
At this point,
Very good, sir. If you'll follow me, sir.
Well, if it isn't the man who...
Scribe?
This way. Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you... I've known Paladin Dance.
Sure.
He trained me, showed me the ropes. He's earned my... I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Dance.
Why are you telling me all of this? this?
Because someone has to before you rush off. Dance is the most selfless person. That's why I'm asking you. If you're not convinced by what he says...
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that... I'll just... It was listening post, Brock? It's isolated. Just...
Technological abominations need to be stopped at any cost.
I'm ready for him. We could always use some more ammo.
Going down. Intruder.
That's just annoying. Again.
Excuse me.
I'm not surprised Maxson sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Dance?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Haylen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxson even want me alive?
How could you not know that you're a synth?
It doesn't make sense to me either. It just feels like a cruel joke. I remember being a child. I remember growing up in the ruins, everything. I suppose they programmed that all into my head. I mean, I feel like I've been in control of my entire life, making my own decisions and determining my own fate. Even though the proof states I'm a synth, I don't feel any different than I did before. I still feel like a human. Why does any of this even matter to you? You're obviously here to carry out Maxson's orders. Does he even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxson had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxson, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
The moment I learned the truth, I knew my life was in danger. I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. I needed to regroup and assess the situation. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I realized I'd just made everything worse. I should have stayed on the Prydwen and accepted the inevitable. Like I said, I need to be the example, not the exception.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I've made my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxon's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No. I won't do it, Dance.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
I've already lost my family. I don't want to lose my friend.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I should consider how my death might affect the people that care about me. People like you and Haylen. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back.
Thank you, my friend. But I have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success, or Maxim will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
You betrayed the Brotherhood.
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
He's still alive. Because you're wrong about him.
Him! Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can you say that about
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
Dance shares the same beliefs as the Brotherhood.
Don't be so naive. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust. and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide. Know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Danse, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
If he dies, what happens to me?
Given the circumstances, I'd be willing to overlook this lapse in judgment. The fact that Dance's true nature was hidden from you isn't your fault. Now make your decision, or I will.
After all the sacrifices I've made, and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Just listen to me. If I've earned any of your trust or respect while I've served with the Brotherhood, then I'd gladly trade it to keep Danse alive.
You value this machine's life that much. So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Danse to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive, which leaves me with only a single alternative. Danse, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood Knight, and your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Prydwen, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Prydwen, Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
Bye.
It took a hell of a lot of guts to stand up to Maxim like that.
Friends take care of each other, no matter what.
That they do. Which is why I've decided to stay here. I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post, but it will have to do. Besides, you're still gonna need my help, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you wander the Commonwealth alone. Now, you better get back to the Prydwen. If you ever need me...
What about Haylen?
I don't think Maxim knew she was involved, so she'll be safe. I'll contact her, and let her know what happened here. It's the least I could do.
Goodbye, Danse.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, it will be under happier circumstances.
I'm glad to lay down my life.
Reporting is ordered, Elder.
Before we continue, I want to make one thing clear. This conversation will be the last time we speak about Danse. As far as the Brotherhood of Steel is concerned, he's dead. Do you understand?
Understood.
Good. Of course. Dance's execution creates a missing link in that traitor. Held quite an important position with him. His quarters and all its... Congratulations, Paladin.
Where did Danse keep his power?
I'm certain you can find it. Just be aware. I trust you won't disappoint in any event. While the finishing touches, report to him ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Vertibird docking systems and fusion cooled feed systems reporting
Promotion was well deserved.
That's not a good sign. crazy down there.
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia was a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs.
Bet it's pretty boring down here compared to up there.
Sounds like those raiders at Libertalia were quite a handful.
Best part of my day is coming home to my girls.
My daddy says your father's daddy, but he looks so much older than you.
Somebody had security issues.
I've been waiting for you.
Yeah, the line at the car wash was super long.
Your attempt at humor. Our targets are inside. The situation...
Sure.
We move in.
Should we try and avoid...
Irrelevant.
This mission's gonna be a lot...
Here are the recall code. SRB intelligence... The mission's parameters just changed. Going shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Can't pick this. All right, Sin.
Please!
You're safe. Calm down.
You're not going to send me back? Here they are.
God, it's a Courser.
Oh no!
Issue the reset codes and we'll relay back to the Institute. Time is critical. I cannot allow you to set these things free. You will be...
Still in one piece.
I can't believe you do that to us. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you for sparing us.
Sean.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It wasn't always like this. It used to be different.
I can only imagine. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Kellogg called me the backup.
Did he? Well, he was correct. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe, I'll admit. When I had you released from Vault 111.
Right.
To not only do so, but manage to find extraordinary.
Why let me out now? After all this time?
That's hard to explain. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. I had no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. It's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
I made a choice. I let the synths go free.
Why? Why would you do something so stupid?
They were afraid. They didn't want to come back here.
Afraid? They're machines, artificial. They're incapable of being afraid. This was such a simple task. I just don't understand. I know you're capable of handling yourself. How can I expect you to represent the Institute if this sort of thing continues?
I don't want to be involved in this, Sean. I want out.
After all this, after everything you've seen, all that you've learned, you're just going to...
So where does this lead?
I need to be sure.
Right.
I had hoped we could... I'm afraid... Whatever. I hope...
Uh-huh. Me too, Sean.
Goodbye.
Uh-huh. Sean.
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for...
Uh-huh. It wasn't always like...
I can only imagine. Standing here, I know that both...
They kept me alive, too.
They did. I was the perfect... Well, the instant... It only made sense, I'll admit, to not only do extraordinary.
Why let me out now?
That's... Certainly it was an experiment. I had no idea. With the Commonwealth, perhaps most...
Well, here I am.
I believe so.
Sure.
Soon, I hope. A future which Bunker Hill did not go.
We were totally ambushed.
You can imagine that I find that Bunker Hill was... And to see the Brotherhood, I will refrain. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
Remember to practice good sanitation habits at all times.
Let's get this directorate meeting over with before we speak further. It's important.
Son.
Let's get this directorate meeting over with before we speak further. It's important.
Unit X688 speaks highly of your combat skills.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally, things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Excuse me, but, sir, are you sure this is, well, the proper time to be discussing that? Considering I mean, given all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
What's Phase 3?
It's very important to us. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
In this world, I'm sure compromise is necessary.
Quite right. For far too long, we've been dependent on others. On our surroundings. That time is over. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Can you tell me more about this reactor?
Certainly. It was originally built for the Commonwealth Institute of Technology before the war, but was only for testing. Over the years, we've advanced the technology, made a great many improvements, and are finally nearly ready to activate it. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
No,
Please,
be serious.
Everyone, please, I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
You're dying?
I'm afraid so. A very aggressive form of cancer. Believe me when I say we've done everything we can. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
How can you possibly justify this? He isn't one of us. He isn't even a scientist.
Ignoring your borderline, insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
Humanity's future is taking root right here.
We don't usually welcome outsiders. I hope you can appreciate your good fortune.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
What would it mean to be in charge?
Most divisions of the Institute are fairly autonomous, perfectly capable of function. Where those divisions interact, there's no question. That's why I'd like you to take... There are hard...
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation.
I couldn't be more pleased with Father's choice for a new director. Congratulations.
Allie.
Busy day for you, isn't it? Well, it's about to get busier. You're going to lead this operation, I'm told.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go over the details. Recent events have upset our timetable. Getting the reactor online has become our #1 priority. It needs to be running, well, yesterday. We're going to have to cut some corners. I'm not thrilled, but it means we'll need to rely on some pre-war tech. You're going to the mass fusion building to acquire a beryllium agitator for us.
Consider it done.
I'll consider it done when I've got it in my hands. I'm going with you.
Is that really necessary? I'm sure I can handle this by myself.
Yes, it really is.
No way. You're not going.
Well, that's about... Okay, you're on your... Not to put more pressure. We don't want...
Uh-huh. Need to find the card. I don't see the beryllium agitator anywhere. They must have moved it.
Calm down, Noel. You knew that this was coming. I don't understand why you're acting this way.
Don't tell me to calm down, Carl. When we started designing the beryllium agitator, you said it would be for the benefit of mankind. Instead, I find out that you have been planning on turning it over to the military all along. You lied to me.
Don't give me that high and mighty attitude. Have you picked up a newspaper lately? There's a war going on out there, Doctor. And if our side's going to win, it needs all the help it can get.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Since when did science start taking sides? What did they promise you, Carl? Money? Political favors? A goddamn medal?
That's it.
That's enough.
Card. That'll come in handy.
Going down.
Useful for us. Don't be nervous, but I don't think we're alone. We got fun time incoming. Win again.
going down.
Fucking kill!
Well, it looks pretty. I'll have to take your word on the rest.
Downcycling airlock. Please wait. Initiating decontamination sequence. Contamination complete. You may proceed.
Wait. Examination complete.
Yeah, so this is happening. Fighting is so dull. I'll say that. You can make some decent caps.
Our technology must seem pretty advanced by your standards.
Dr. Fillmore.
Well, I see you managed on your own. I won't lie. I'll make sure I understand Fawn.
Nothing to report, sir.
Okay. How's your energy? Feeling any fatigue? No more than I'd expect from a man of my age. You're sticking to the regimen?
Have you seen J522 around? He
All
didn't
my
show up for duty.
I see. Maybe getting extra rest. Next question. Any additional pain or tenderness? Not that I've noticed. I see. How's your energy? Feeling any fatigue? No more than I'd expect from a man of my age. I see. Yes, thank you. I have to admit, the third generation sensor really something.
You wanted to see me?
I understand mass fusion was a success.
The job is done.
For the moment. Future conflict with them. It also cannot. I, of course.
Sure.
I'm proud, regardless. The Brotherhood. And look at me. I'm wasting time.
Do you need...
No, this is a...
Right.
Hopefully one. This situation...
What do you mean by that?
Well, while you were assisting Dr. Fillmore, apparently there was some miscommunication. My understanding is that I need you to go there and speak. Dr. Thompson is up. I know you can resolve.
I don't know if I can settle.
They are your people. If they cannot see...
Sake, be reasonable. I know you can hear me.
What's going on?
What's the use? Dr. Higgs and Dr. Loken have decided to protest your appointment. They've taken control.
I'm sure they'll calm down in time.
I know these.
Maybe I can reason with them.
I believe I can unlock them from. If you can't, that should.
Get him.
Get it over with, Fred. Don't make the guy suffer.
Yes? Don't come any closer, friend.
This doesn't concern you.
Please, help! They're going to kill me!
Shut up!
Look, I'm sure we can work this out.
Fat chance. This synth has been watching us for weeks. We let this thing go. Why the hell would we...
You need to let him go. Think about it. If he meant to hurt you, wouldn't he have done it already?
Maybe he's just biding his time.
Mm-hmm. If he was with the Institute, don't you think killing...
That's a risk?
Uh-huh. You don't need...
Like, have it your way.
Please don't let me down. Jesus. They're dead.
What happened here?
It's like they said. I took up with them trying to make my way to Bunker Hill. They were the nicest folks I'd met outside the Institute. So I told them the truth.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Sure. Right.
Hello, sir.
General?
What's going on here?
You're an unexpected surprise. We could use the backup. These Institute bastards aren't getting... We don't know quite what we're up against.
I'm not sure you know...
Oh, I know exactly what's going... Well, not today.
Uh-huh.
So...
Sure.
But then we realized that makes sense, right?
No one is gonna do anything.
I don't... If we don't do something now, they're gonna take... Are you gonna order the...
This whole thing is just...
A misunderstanding.
You sure you're willing...
Look, we won't...
Mm-hmm.
Hi, how are you?
Excuse me, Doctor.
Oh, thank God you're here. I was starting to worry we might not make it.
It wouldn't have been such a mess if you had...
I never claimed to be suited for field work. Besides, it's not...
Uh-huh. Those are good men out there. You have no right to insult them like that.
Those good men of yours wanted... Can we just get on with it? I know he's potentially important.
Right. Far as I can tell, you were only in...
Look, I had the same intelligence...
Just own up to your part of the blame, pal.
I know they've been keeping an eye on him for years. But once they realized how... I think they even... Let's just get Walt.
Sure. What do you mean, get...
I know. There's just... Well, I was thinking...
No problem.
I hope so.
Uh-huh. Broken. Mr. Wallace, I'm here to talk to you.
You're another one of them.
Mr. Wallace, I'm here to talk to you.
You're another one of
I mean you no
them,
harm.
aren't you?
No one here does.
Are you a robot? You're not stealing my organs or shooting me into space. I've heard all the stories. I know exactly what happens to people.
Hey, just calm down, okay?
Fine.
Right. The Institute needs your help.
My help? With...
The Institute has an engineering problem that your scientific expertise could help solve. In exchange for helping us out, you'd be granted access to the most advanced research facility imaginable. Whatever, you'd be safe and...
Think about your future, Walt.
I suppose that's one way to... Okay.
You must be pretty excited being named. Thanks. I mean, thanks for the assist.
Hey, I'm here to help. You're welcome.
I really mean it.
Sure.
I'll see you back in...
From what I hear, that rogue sent to Libertalia was a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs.
Ah, there you are. I cannot, with his help, face the...
A lot of work went into this before.
It shouldn't take long at all. There is one more. It is time to...
That's a good idea.
Yes, that is one goal. And if you... We've prepared some... Use the microphone.
For years now, you have suspected that the Institute still exists. That we are among you. It is true. But it is not the whole truth. We're here. And we are. The future. Our superior technology represents the future of the Commonwealth. Today, we activate our nuclear reactor, ensuring that we have no desire. Personal freedoms. We simply insist to do so. Unnecessary difficult. Rest easy. In safe hands. And that mankind...
Well, that was... interesting. Perhaps not what we originally intended. Now it's time to make... How would you feel about...
I could use some fresh air.
Quaint. The radio. If we... Before... Report back.
So you'll be the new director, huh? Father, we still like to challenge our assumptions.
Institute chose one place to infiltrate, we're walking right into it.
Ayaswara, the game changer!
Hi. There.
I love world widgets.
Travis.
Worth a fair amount.
Don't break my stuff if you don't mind.
No wonder it isn't broadcasting at full power. Okay, let's try this. Maybe this goes here.
Hey, I mean, hi. Again, hi? Hi.
Alright, in you go.
I usually don't. This is why.
Rushed work is sloppy at best and deadly at worst.
Enjoy your trip to the big city. It's done.
Everything is in place.
Good.
Right.
I'll let you.
This, my friends, is the moment we've all worked towards. After all your effort, the time has finally come to start our reactor. No longer will we be forced to compromise to survive. No more will we need worry about outpacing our resources. My father and I couldn't be more proud of what you have helped us with. And we look forward to achieving even greater things in the future. The Institute is now truly mankind's best. Thank you. All of you.
I take it you know about the situation in bioscience.
Of course. I'm disappointed, but not entirely. This is your first real test of leadership. So think carefully about the choices you make. The future of the Institute might well depend on how you handle this crisis.
Then I'll do my best to...
I know that you will. I realize that I'm asking. The sooner you get some
But these men have no reason to...
They know that you are... Go now.
Sean.
It's almost hard to believe. After all those years, look.
The job's done. That's...
Don't lose sight of the... There's more work to do. The Directorate has convened a meeting about...
I don't know if you know this, but I'm always the simple as possible. I wish you could have known Father as we have. I have
May I
every
be the first to
confidence
welcome
you'll
you,
make
sir.
a fine
We're looking
director.
forward to working with you.
Let's just get down to business.
Yes, of course.
Right now, we're all here because it's finally time to stand.
Let's not be dramatic, Justin.
To bring you up to speed, obviously there are groups in the with the reactor now online, we have the ability to not...
I'm sure the reactor will improve.
Yes, the directorate has...
Let's just spit it out, shall we?
As the incoming director, we felt it. So, we're...
I think the last thing the Institute needs now is to make...
I would love to see that big airship fly off. The conflict is already...
We really don't have a... As director, we'd like your...
I'll tell you what. You...
Thank you very much for your time. That's all we have for the moment.
Sure.
Surplus power should translate to increased efficiency and productivity.
Apologies.
We got more than enough power, thanks to the new factory.
We'll dig in and hold this position.
Ah, there you are. You've met with the director. It was difficult for them to reach.
There's no good answer.
And yet, you know, Father, it's the depth of your involvement. The question is, where do you stand?
I can't lie.
Well, I won't ask for details, but these people, with their twist...
They want freedom for the synths, that's all.
Of course, they claim they're about rights. Surely you can see that you can... I'm afraid this...
Son.
The railroad has left us with no other option. Remember that.
I'm running cents out of wealth, wasting it. Big a problem.
I traded some lead with the courser outside Zeta.
Desdemona.
Something on your mind? You don't look so good.
Do you trust me?
Trust. I didn't do that.
The Institute has ordered me to kill you.
I guess they consider us a real threat. So really, the question is...
Of course I'm not gonna go through with it.
Well...
It's unfortunate things have progressed so fast. You need to stall them. But that's all we can do.
Desdemona.
If Tychon falls, we'll be running out of places to hide since...
Desdemona.
If Tychon falls, we'll be running out of